somebody come and try to open my door, like a big man, and I can see the silhouette. Oh my God. It's daytime. But then when I was like in town on the main street, there's this other guy who obviously is not speaking English. He's sitting next to me, starts like touching me. He won't leave me alone. He was like grabbing my arm, like trying to like show. And it was like in broad daylight.
If you were to market yourself in the world of kidnapping, how much do you think you would be worth?
A Russian woman in the Dominican Republic, she had been told she was worth 100 camels in Morocco. So she was like, if I was worth 100 camels, then you would be worth 500 camels.
771,582. You're almost worth $1 million?
I mean.
What's up, guys? Episode 101. We got Sierra Bradley here. This is the first episode of season 3 for us. Wait. All right. First, before I forget, your new not your new Instagram, your Instagram that you are influencing with, BelleTropics.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
BELLE Tropics.
And is that on every platform?
No, I just do Instagram really.
Only? Why aren't you on TikTok?
'Cause it's a lot of work to like do the repurposing. I can't like time it with I'm too specific with like the aesthetics.
I said that too. But now I stopped caring and I just push it out. Yeah. Exact same video I edit on. Wait, do you edit on Instagram?
Nah, I do like InShot or something usually. I need to start doing it on the TikTok, but I only have it's like my TikTok that's like my personal one, but I just changed the username.
Yeah.
So I need to like rebrand it if I'm going to do that, but we'll see.
Or just make a new one.
Yeah, that's true. I could just make a new one.
Yeah.
Good point.
And then you can upload the exact same stuff.
Yeah.
For question. What were we talking about? We were talking about some depressing shit. Hold up.
Yeah, we were getting into it.
Yeah. Oh, you sit alone in your thoughts a lot?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's a cool talent.
I feel like that's when I'm the most entertained. I've always like just been like that. Like
most entertained?
Yeah, because I have a really like, I guess you could like rich inner world type of thing of like, I don't know. Do you get what I mean?
No. What
it's
kind
like
of
I'm never just like it's like I'm never like just thinking. It's like I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but it's like that's why I don't have a problem being alone because I'm not like. It doesn't go.
No, I'm thinking. I'm processing it. Can you move the mic a little closer to you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's go. Okay. It's like you'd.
So like, is it meditation you're talking about?
No, it's just like thinking. Like I could.
No TV, no nothing. You're just sitting there.
I mean, I'll like watch TV, but like a lot of the time I can just sit there.
I can watch shows, but that's my limit. I can't just sit.
Well, it's like you'd think it would like get depressing real quick if you like think about shit pretty hard. But like if you just got to change the topic every few minutes. You know what I mean? You got to let one topic that you're thinking about lead into another, so you don't get too deep in it, and then like connect them. That's what I mean by entertaining. It's like I'm like
scared of my thoughts. I start thinking way too deep about shit, bro. I'm like what? Go ahead.
About just like you get too in deep on one thing.
Yeah. So like, let's say right now. I tried doing this to go to sleep, and I can't do that because then that's why I used to have insomnia because I think way too much. So like, let's say I'll be like, all right, what's a topic that you can think about? Just give me a general topic. I'm about to turn that dryer off. That shit has pissed me off. Do you hear that shit?
Can you hear? Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
It's like tick, 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 tick. Nah, someone's using it. That's fine.
Let me think. A topic.
So like, what do you sit?
Cats.
Cats?
Your cat.
Seriously? Yeah. Okay. So I would sit there and I'd be like, all right, my cats, they're so cute. I can't wait to get the cat tree for them, this and that. And then I'm like, oh man, in 14 years, they're going to pass away. Yeah. And then I'm like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. You make it's like, that's what I mean though. You got to like jump to something new. Yeah. Like let the cats lead to like a whole new topic and then do that kind of like that thought process before you get like in too deep on it. It's like,
strange.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
we were just talking about how I can't be alone.
Yeah.
It's
you gotta work on that, buddy.
I don't know how.
Yeah. It's like it's really hard for extroverts because like I think it's not even it just happens unintentionally because you end up like throughout your life usually spending time with people like a lot of time. So it just naturally happens that you like don't kind of build the comfortability with being alone. So you gotta like work backwards.
Yeah. The other day I was driving home from Raleigh. It's like 1:38. No, 1 a.m. or like 12:38 a.m. And I get a text from someone saying, hey, do you want to go to the bar and play pool? And I'm like, fuck it, we're going to send it. I'm like, dude, this is so bad for my sleep and health and well-being, but whatever, I don't know. Traveling, you've been traveling a lot. You just got back from Mexico?
Yes.
How many times have you been to Mexico?
Alone twice now. With other people, probably like 4 times, 4 or 5.
How many times have you got organs harvested?
0.
Really?
Surprisingly. Yeah. Actually,
is there any sketchy shit?
No. Okay. I actually had the worst time the first time I was there solo. It was so sketchy.
Wait, tell me about it.
I was like, I'm never going back solo because I went to, it was in Baja, California.
Yo, fuck Baja.
No,
we love Baja.
Yeah, I liked Baja, but like I thought it was a safer part, and I think it is. But what gets me is like, if you think about it, any country you go to, it's like my whole fear is I don't care if I get robbed, I don't care anything like that. I just don't want to get kidnapped. That's my main fear. So in Mexico, it's like in most countries, it's like there's like the human trafficking, that type of shit, whatever, kidnappings, but in Mexico, it's like the organized crime aspect of it is what gets me in my head, like the fact that everywhere in Mexico, there's like cartel members. So it's like, other countries aren't like that.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, some I'm sure, but like it's more like just pockets of like, you know what I mean? But like Mexico, it's like anywhere you go, it's going to be somebody's involved in the cartel in some way, So what happened when I was in Baja was like immediately after I got to my first Airbnb, like got a flight, everything got there. It's like, it was one of those doors where it's like frosted glass, but it had like iron work on it.
Completely frosted, like you can't see.
Like frosted where you can see the light through it, but it's not translucent. But then it had like the iron kind of bars on it, like everything in Mexico does.
Keep going. I'm gonna stop that dryer.
Turn the dryer off. So, anyways, so as soon as I get there, I can see through the frosted glass, like somebody come and try to open my door like that, like a man, like a big man, and I can see the silhouette.
Oh my God.
It's daytime, and I was like, "You're fucking kidding me!" And then
what'd you do?
I just sat there. I like because he couldn't get in. So I'm thinking, but like,
okay,
I'm thinking it was probably just somebody like walking down, just like testing doors type of thing.
Was the door like? Did it have a lot of locks? Like,
yeah,
and stuff? Okay.
It had 2 locks, and it had like the iron, so the glass couldn't be broken. But I was still like, it wasn't a good start. And then I got over that. But then when I was like in town on the main street, like the nice kind of area, and there's hella people around, there's this other guy who obviously is not speaking English. He's sitting next to me. I'm trying to like read on a bench or whatever. And he's like, he starts like touching me. He won't leave me alone. I can't even understand what he's saying. And obviously like don't really want to.
Yeah.
He just wasn't leaving me alone. So finally I just like got up and left or whatever. And then number one, it bothered me like nobody intervened when he was like clearly like grabbing me and stuff. I was like, okay, there's like a ton of people that are, I guess, like just not reacting to that. So
he like grabbed you?
Yeah, he was like grabbing my arm,
what
like
the
trying
fuck?
to like show, and it was like in broad daylight. That's what I'm saying. And then so I like run to, there's like some sort of like not farmer's market, but like craft market kind of nearby. So I go over there and hide out, and he's still following me, taking videos of me.
What the fuck?
So number one, it's like that can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
So like just somebody.
You could have been on Wayfair.
Wayfair. Oh, is
you
that
know
the
about
whole?
Yeah. Item like Sierra.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, but what freaked me out about that was like, okay, if he's like a creep, fine, whatever. Like, It's annoying, but then I'm like, okay, who is he sending that video to? Because when you're thinking Mexico, that's what I mean by like different people in the cartel everywhere. It's like, is he sending that to someone to where not only do I have to be like head on a swivel for this guy, but whoever the fuck he's connected to. So that's what freaked me out. So it took me all day to like go different directions, make sure to get back to my place, to make sure nobody at all saw where I went. So like that's what freaked me the fuck out there. And I probably would have gone home after that if Charlie hadn't been meeting me like 2 weeks later. So I was like, I'm gonna like tough it out. And
so what'd you do for the next 2 weeks? Are you like terrified? And
yeah,
mortified?
I was like miserable. I didn't really do much until he got there. Because I was so freaked out, and it was just like, I don't know, it was not a good experience with that. So I was like, I'm never going back solo.
I'm so scared to go to Mexico.
Yeah, it's more
scary for you.
Yeah,
for a white girl.
It's one of those things of like beyond the reality of like, are you actually safe? It's like, if I can't convince myself that somewhere is safe, then I just need to not go. So like, because it's like, if I'm going to be thinking this is unsafe and I can't like get on board with like, this is actually fine, then I'm just going to have a miserable time. So like, that's what I learned the last time in Mexico. But then I did go back, and it was much better this time. Because
did you go to a different place or?
Yeah, I went to Tulum. So
that's a tourist area, no?
Yeah, that's more of a tourist area.
There's a cool ass gym there. want to go to.
Yeah, we saw that. I didn't go, of course. I didn't go to the gym, but but nice. So I was at like a
nice
a
laugh,
day club.
We both have unique laughs. Right,
dude, is mine that bad? Damn.
No, it's a good thing. I said unique. How's that bad?
I do. I have like 12 different laughs. Depends on the day, but so no, I went to like a day club there at a cenote or whatever, and it was super cute. And then when I was there was like this guy that like looked like he was probably in the cartel. Again, maybe I'm just like wrongly assuming.
Racist.
No, the thing
all
was,
Mexicans look like they're in the cartel.
The thing was, at the place, it was mostly locals. That's why it was a cool place. Like it was a cool vibe rather than
why
like,
did he look? Let's dive into this real quick.
I'll tell you.
Sombrero.
Why he looked.
No. I'm fucking with you.
No, he was wearing like the gaudy kind of like brand stuff. Like it was like something like Gucci shorts, and he like had the jewelry, and he was taking phone calls the whole time. He was with his mom, who was older, like treating herself to a day. He had like a private area kind of up there, and he was like taking calls all day. Okay, right?
That's kind of scary.
So so I'm like, okay, he whatever. Maybe at least a drug dealer, something like that. Again, that's just an assumption. But then his mom was like swimming and stuff, and she like was having trouble getting in the water and stuff. So like I was trying to like kind of help her out, make sure she didn't slip on the rocks and stuff like that. So then the presumed cartel member, who again we don't know this, but then he was like really like friendly with me and like nice and stuff. And then I was like, oh wait, cartel members are like a lot of them are like regular people. You know what I? It almost like made me not like. You know what I mean? It was like, it made me kind of less scared of the whole concept of the cartel, because I'm like, if this guy hypothetically is like what you would think a cartel member, it's like he's taking his mom to have a day at a beach club. She's super nice. So it made me feel like weirdly like not as scared, but you know what I mean? Like,
that's like weekends for him. Like weekdays, he's probably killing somebody.
Maybe, but you
have you
know
ever
what
seen
I mean?
like Breaking Bad and shit? They're like super nice, and then they kill someone.
Like the horror stories, but it made me be like, okay, they're not gonna necessarily like kidnap me. Like it just made me feel a little bit better for some reason. Of like they're usually just.
But then what if the grandma kidnapped you?
That's like, a good point. That's a good point.
What if that's like the whole front?
See, I think about shit like that. I'm like paranoid about like that type of thing. But no, she was so nice that I was like, nah, she's not. All right,
let's talk about this. This is kind of fucked up, but I think it's hilarious. If you were to market yourself in the world of kidnapping, how much do you think you would be worth in U.S. dollars?
One time, a Russian woman in the Dominican Republic, she said she had been told she was worth 100 camels in Morocco when she was in Morocco.
She was told that?
Yes. Because that's how they kind of, I guess, back in the olden days. I'm
going to search up how much that is.
Yeah, it's like a lot. And she was like, if I was worth 100 camels, then you would be worth 500 camels. So I'm going to take that evaluation.
In Morocco?
Yeah. And I was like, what a compliment that is.
Okay, well, like, all right, in U.S. dollars, what do you think you'd be worth? We're gonna
U.S. dollar, like what to sell for what, like for
in the fucking world like sex of trafficking. I mean,
I would say
okay.
Hear me out. This is gonna sound egotistical. I think the fact that I look younger than I am would raise the value.
One. Yep,
is my main point. So it might be higher than like a standard 25-year-old because I can pass for younger. You know what I mean?
Right. That's like how much is that?
I don't know. I don't know. That's horrible.
I don't either.
I just watched that movie, The Sound of Freedom, about like child trafficking. Oh my god, it was horrible. So
now
I'm
you're
like
making me feel bad about this joke.
About it. Yeah.
Okay. Now I've been searching up how much a camel is. Right. Mm-hmm. She said she was worth 100.
Yeah, and she was like, that was pretty high.
Okay, so we'll go. Okay.
That's why she was like, don't go to Morocco alone, because I wanted to do my first solo trip there, and she was like, don't do that.
Dude, I heard there's a country. I don't know. It's one in one of those areas, like the Middle East or something like that, where hair is so, like real hair is so valuable that people will go missing just for their hair.
You better tell me where it is so I can cut my hair off before I go.
I don't know where it is, but I remember like hearing stories about this. Like, it's worth a lot, real hair there. Cause like that's where all implants and stuff, like people go there to do like the best implants and shit. I don't know. Okay. So we're going to do a basis on how much this is how much you're going to be worth. Okay. Well, let's see that lady first.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I would say if she's 100 camels, I'm 100 camels.
You think you guys are the same?
She was super cute. She was older though.
Yeah, but I feel like girls are all like, "Oh my god, you're like so cute."
She was like a gorgeous Russian woman, I have to say. Like
but she's older, so she's gonna be devalued.
But when she went, I think
as shitty as that sounds, I love older women. I'm just saying, in the market of sex trafficking,
it's the reality. It is.
Yeah, I'm not. I love old people.
No, but back in her day, she was worth 100. So
she is worth $154,000 and 316 cents.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's half a house.
Yeah.
That's a shitty house, or a half of a good nice house.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would take that.
It's like half my house. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. That's like 3 cars.
Yeah.
4 cars maybe.
There you go.
All right. So now let's times that by 5 because she's 5. You're 500.
She was exaggerating, yes, but.
Well, let's see.
That's probably 600, 700.
I am not great at like offhand math.
Me neither.
771,582. You're almost worth $1 million.
I mean, according to her. But
so if you, no, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
What?
No.
How bad is it? That's when you know it's bad.
Well, I don't want it on public. Like,
okay.
I'll tell you another.
Okay, totally.
I wonder how much I would be worth. Because boys are worth less.
Yeah,
but
a lot less unless you're like a kid. Because child trafficking.
That's why I have tattoos, so I can be easily identified.
Oh,
did you know that? That's a thing.
I never thought about that.
The most valuable girl. Okay. By the way, I only know this from documentaries. Okay, and like watching YouTube videos. But the most valuable girls are the youngest, the cleanest, and then I think it's like the most unidentifiable.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm inked up, so I'm fucking good, bro. There's no, bro. I'm on social media, so if I'm taken, bro, like motherfuckers will know.
Dude, no, the movie about the child sex trafficking, I was like, that's
Is
like,
that on Netflix?
No. It's like it's in theaters. It's like kind of an indie movie, but it's like it's big with like the right, like I think Republicans. I don't really know why.
It's big with the Republicans.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like me and my friend went, and it was like the whole crowd was like older white people, which was interesting.
And were they all like? They took our jobs.
I don't know, dude. But yeah, so of course the villains in it were from like Colombia. So.
Now, is this a real documentary?
It's based on a real guy who worked for Homeland Security, and they they were catching pedophiles in the U.S., but they weren't actually saving kids. So he got frustrated and like went rogue and like did all these like found connections in Colombia, did these undercover kind of operations to like actually save the kids rather than focusing on
save
like
the kids,
the pedophiles. Yeah.
That's probably why there's so many old white people though, because patriotic. That's like patriotic.
Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
But it was a good movie. But I'm like, it's like if I were ever to get taken, I need that guy on the job because like he went to like the depths of hell like for somebody else's like kid. You know what I mean? But
Liam Neeson.
Yeah. But I don't know. But
I don't know who you are.
I feel like my mom would do some shit like that. She'll make it happen if I get stolen. Yeah.
Your mom's about that life?
My mom, she's hilarious. I've
only met your mom like once.
I love her.
At a syrup.
Yeah.
I mean at
a Krista party.
Yeah.
No, my brother's theory on why my mom is the way she is he was like, I think because she was like a bad bitch back in the day. Like she cute. And so we think it was like pretty privilege that turned into like overestimating her ability to get what she wants. But she does.
No, I get that. A lot of pretty people are like that.
So we went to a restaurant at the beach that was about to close. They were fully booked. My dad went and asked if we could even just like get takeout there or whatever. Right. Didn't work. And then so my mom goes in there, and then like 5 minutes later she comes out like running to us and she's like, don't ask how, but just get in there. I got us a table. Like just shit like
she
that.
Probably like batted her eyes and like
I don't even know what she did, but she somehow got the woman and got us the first table there, and everybody else is still waiting outside that had been waiting. It's like insane. She can do whatever. So she will have the president on the phone like like I truly believe that. No, she really is. So like, I try not to worry about it. Cause I'm
did you guys just have like a family reunion or some shit? Not family reunion, but like a family uniting. Like
we did like everybody. We got everybody in town to take pics because the last one we had, I was actually like 7 years old. So like Cole was a baby, and like we have like 12 new kids since then. I know.
What is he graduating high school yet?
Dude, he's at NC State.
He's already in college?
Yeah, he's about to be junior year. Wow. Isn't that shit crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's your youngest, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's growing up now.
Yeah, it's wild. And he was like the baby of our whole family, besides the like new babies now.
Who do you think will have a kid first?
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah, I talk about this with my friends.
Yeah, it's like, so we're thinking it should be Luke because he has a girlfriend. Yeah, that he lives with. He's a simple guy, but they don't want kids until later. So they're basically going to get married. So we're like, how about you guys do it? Like, you take one for the team. Cole thinks it's going to be him because he wants to.
His
he's
is going to
like,
be by accident.
No, that's what he says. That's what he says. But he's
Cole,
like,
wild boy, bro.
He's down for that because he's like, as soon as I'm financially stable, like I'm gonna have a kid. And I'm like, what?
Whoa, no.
And then we thought it was like Krista has potential. She's the one that like the most wants to like be a mom.
Really? Continue.
Yeah.
Let me check on the camera.
Yeah, and but it might be a while for her to like find the right like person to settle down with. We don't know. So, and then I don't think it's gonna be me.
Yeah, I feel like everybody who gets asked that say that they're last.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm the least like down. I've never like grown up thinking about that, like the marriage and kid, like hypothetically.
You never had a Pinterest of a wedding and like kids.
I did not.
Wow.
I know what dress I want to wear because it's simple. If I ever get married,
what dress?
It's like kind of like Greek vibe. I always wanted to have like a beach, like elopement type wedding. So years ago, I saw a picture of a dress I liked and I saved it. And I was just like, okay, if I ever get married, job done. I already figured it out. I don't even got to go dress shopping. So.
Ooh, they are pretty. I just looked up Greek wedding dress.
Yeah, it's like a very simple like. Yeah, I wonder if any of those look like it.
Which one are we feeling here? Let me see. They're very like ancient Greece vibe too.
Yeah, it's like. Let me see if any of these look similar.
If you guys are listening to this, it pretty much looks like if you watch Gladiator, the sister, what she would wear, like the villain's sister. I forgot his name, but they're like incest and shit. You never saw Gladiator?
No.
What the fuck?
I haven't seen so many like classic movies.
I mean, same. I haven't seen Back to the Future.
I don't think I've.
That's a big one that everybody's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah, I've seen.
That's a good one.
My dad loves that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's like a little.
Is there a thing in the
the less like?
Is it revealing or not? Is what I'm saying.
No, I think it's like
okay.
It's like it's like very simple, just kind of like flow, like no bedazzling, no like lace, nothing like that. Like it could be something I could just like wear to the beach if I were like being extra type thing. You know, it's simple but a little fancy. So
this is gonna sound weird, but I want me and, I mean, obviously the wife can pick whoever the wife is, but I'm envisioning we're both dressed in all black.
That would go
like
hard.
A black wedding dress, and then like all the grooms and brides can be dressed in white if they want. Like that would be
cool. Like
I also
reverse.
want and I also want women best men. Best women.
Yeah. I feel like I want to do that too. I don't know about all that. I don't want it to be like conventional by any means, because I don't know. I have a lot of girlfriends that are close too. Like Michelle. Michelle's gonna be one of my best men. Yeah.
Like
you
gotta
like,
split duties.
I think some people do it like they have different genders in their party, but they just stand on different sides. But I don't know about that. I don't know how because like for instance, I would want Ben to be in my bridal party. So I'm like, where's he gonna go? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben's wifed up now.
I know.
So cute. I know, right? When was the last time he had a girlfriend? You don't have to say who. Just when was Wow, right?
Since that was when I was first dating Charlie. Probably 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute as far as I know.
Yeah, damn. Good for him.
Yeah.
What's the biggest gap that you've been single? Well, probably up to.
I was single forever until Charlie. Yeah.
I think the biggest gap for me was like a year.
Actually, you need more than it
might be now.
But you fill up the year with situationships. You know what I mean? Because somebody told me that at some point. They were like, okay, you've been single for like how? Because I'm always like, okay, well, I don't need like a
college.
break
Actually, sorry, college.
You were saying, I feel like you were like single most of college.
Yeah,
right?
but that wasn't by choice. That's because I was ugly.
No, it's like I don't know, but it's like the trick of the mind thing. I think with girl, it's like. Yeah, you can be single for a certain amount of time, or you're like, oh, I'm not like depending on a guy. But at the same time, most people almost always have somebody like in the works at the time, whether you're taking it seriously or not.
It is not fun to live life without flirting.
I know, I get it. I get it.
Not flirt.
Flirting is different than like having like somebody that like you're in some ways like depending on. Not even like emotion. Yeah, it's like, or just somebody who, like a person of the week or month, whatever, like that's why people always get in situationships, because it like fills that gap. And then
I literally cannot imagine, and this sounds so bad. No dating apps, no fucking nothing. Because I'm like, what do I do? What do I do?
I feel like that's why you should do it.
That would be fun.
Just for like a brief.
Okay, well, how about this? Let's make this challenge. Well, you got to do something too.
Okay.
We got to do like how about this? All right, so my Tinder Platinum ends in October. Okay. I believe. We can do a challenge where we can see if I can not talk to any girls or if you can stop vaping and see who can go longest. Or something like that. Like, what else is advice? Yeah,
that's true. That's like the only advice I have. That's why I'm like, I don't want to give that shit up. But
yeah.
Okay.
Coffee.
I would do that.
Advice.
I
can't. I personally can't. Yeah. I would rather.
I don't want to be alive if I can't have coffee.
That is the hardest debate between me interacting with women or coffee. Like, that is like the top two for me.
But I feel like not interacting with women will do you more good.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm just saying, like, addiction wise, like those are my
hard to choose.
top. I think what happened to me is I went so long in my life not being cute and like not getting girls, like actually like cute girls. So that now that I have that power in my hands, I'm like abusing the shit out of it. Yeah. Not responsible with it.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think that happens a lot of the time too, because it's like yeah.
I'm sure I would be way more productive and save a lot more money because I pay for all these dates, and that's expensive.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I usually pay for like the first. Well, I mean, like this is how it usually goes: first date, dinner, something. I pay for. It's like $100, right? And then next date, probably the same thing. Boom. Then once we're getting to the point where we sleep together, whether it's the first date, second date, third date, whatever, we'll probably hang out inside more, and I'll still get food, maybe like $30, $40, and then we're just hanging inside.
I thought you were going to say as soon as you guys sleep together, then it's splitsies every time.
Sometimes. Not every time. Sometimes it is like that. Because sometimes it sounds really bad, but it takes sex. I talked to someone yesterday about this. It takes this sex to realize that you were only here for the sex. You weren't here for more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'm like, I'm out. I got to be out.
Yeah. Interesting way to test that.
And that's something that I guess being in like a really long... that you probably don't even like know about that side of things. Because as much as I don't know about being in like a really, really long.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like out in these streets.
Yeah, the streets are interesting. Okay, I will say there's one benefit to the streets. As much as I'm saying like all this bad shit, the one benefit is the freedom of just not caring. Yeah. Like I don't care about people's feelings, which sounds terrible. I do care, but like not that like really I'm not like entitled to.
Yeah. It's like I know the streets are rough, but it's like you always learn something. You know what I mean? Or at least me, I'm like, if something is a loss with a guy, it's like I can't be like super like detached from it and be like, oh well, whatever. Because if I'm going to talk to someone, I already like that. Like I'm picky. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to invest any time in someone at all, like I like them at least a little bit. And but then if it's a total loss, you can always like learn something for sure. Like
100%.
Whatever.
This is a complete 180. Did you ever sign up for a credit card?
Yeah, just the Discover one.
Oh, but you have one.
Yeah.
That's right. We talked about it. Yeah. Have you been building up your credit with it?
Yeah, I use it for most stuff because the cashback, and then I just like immediately pay it off.
As you should. And do you have a Credit Karma account?
Nah.
You should download one. It's free. Just to check your credit score. It'll update every month. I would be curious
if it's gone up at all since
it's completely free and it shows you your whole record. It's fun.
Sponsored by Loon.
Yeah.
Credit Karma.
Dude, people are sponsored by that. Oh, I would love that. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. I wish I was sponsored by Credit Karma. I do have a sponsored deal with an airlines company, but it's a one-off. I wish I had like a long-term one with an airlines.
That would go hard.
A hotel, like a Hilton, and I just go to like all the Hiltons and shit, or like Liquid Death. I would love Liquid Death.
I want to sponsor them. No, they sponsor me.
Who? Which one?
Liquid Death.
I don't know.
I don't even drink that, but that would be fun.
Oh, what? I feel like that's a success marker because like all the cool podcasts, they're the shit when they have Liquid Death or SeatGeek. Like if they're like, oh, this is podcast sponsored by SeatGeek. They're like, go catch Taylor Swift this week at blah 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 blah. I was gonna say, so what airline do you usually go with, or do you just pick whatever's cheapest?
Usually whatever's cheapest, but if I'm doing anywhere Mexico or like Dominican Republic, something like that, usually American because they just have the best flights. I kind of fuck with American. I'm like a Advantage member or whatever.
Oh, you are? I am too.
People be nice. People be giving me hate for the American because they're like American is like bad, but I've never had an issue with them.
I mean, to me it's equal to everything else.
Yeah. Heard a lot of slander for them.
Have you ever flown Frontier, Spirit, or any of like the?
I don't think I even have.
You haven't?
No, because I feel like aren't a lot of those like pretty short haul anyway. So, and I'm usually not going anywhere in the U.S. besides San Diego.
Do you usually, when you fly, do you usually fly direct, or do you just go for whatever is cheapest?
There's almost like never direct.
Really?
Not from Greensboro for me, because again.
Oh, you're flying from Greensboro. That's why.
Yeah,
I fly from Charlotte or Raleigh.
See, yeah, I usually will go Greensboro to Charlotte or Raleigh, and then wherever I'm going.
Why?
So not completely direct.
Because you don't like to park your car elsewhere.
Well, because it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, I don't want to drive to. I would rather just pay extra money to just go to Greens. Because my dad likes to drop me off at the airport and pick me up. So it's like a nice thing that I feel like, it's like cute. He's always there super. But it's more expensive
because you have to fly from Greensboro to somewhere.
Probably, but I would rather do that than drive. Because then the problem is you get home. And when I get home, I'm exhausted, and I don't like driving that much. I'm like, it stresses me out. So I would rather just like, usually if I'm coming home from like it's like already a long day, especially from like when I've been to Europe more recently. And then I'm like, I don't want to drive back from Charlotte.
Next tip is not going to apply to you then, because I don't think they really go from Greensboro.
Is it the skip lagged thing?
No, that's cool too.
I haven't tried that.
Bro, so the last time I booked, I went to Miami, and I went for literally like 3 or 4 days, and I was the cheapest flight was Spirit, and it was direct. And I was like, oh, it's a direct Spirit flight. Like, all right, that's fine. I've flown Spirit before. It's the same thing as American, just more uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel like
the seat is like, I don't know the ergonomics of their chair, but it's like up a little. So your head's up a little. But the space is about the same as American, and like everything else is about. You do have to pay for like extra bags. So like, you get a book bag for free, like, or a purse or whatever, but you get charged for like carry on and stuff like that. But how cheap the flight is, it kind of does weigh it out. But anyways, so I was booking out the Miami flight. This is a tip for people who want this, and this is totally unsponsored too. And I was going on a Spirit's website, and there's this thing called Free Spirit. It's a membership. It's a annual, or you can do it monthly, but annual is cheaper. Where it's like, I think it's like $80 a year, but you get all the flights discounted, and you get all like the luggage and extra stuff discounted, and you get extra points, blah, blah, blah. But the flights difference for me and another person for Miami from the discounted and not discounted already was $70 or $80 for the whole year membership. So I was like, fuck it, let's send it. So I got it. Bro, the flights with this membership is so fucking cheap. Guess how cheap it is to go to Orlando?
Like $200.
$28 direct. $28 round trip.
Damn.
From Charlotte from Charlotte though.
Interesting.
Yeah, to Orlando in September to be specific. In like other months it might be like 40, 50. New York was $50. 58 to be specific.
That's pretty nice.
And actually I have a whole list. I was going to show you. These are all directs too. The directs one. So we got New York. By the way, this is regular price. This is not with the discount. So the discount's lower than this.
How can that be real? From Charlotte? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, from Charlotte or Raleigh.
Oh, it's a screen.
Yeah, and then we got that too. So like Vegas, Fort Lauderdale, and Nashville. And it's cheaper than that because I have the discount thing. So I'm like, I'm about to start spending weekends.
That does kind of sound like the move. See, I just don't go anywhere in the U.S. So it's like anywhere I'm going,
that's true.
It's not going to be a direct flight, even if it were from Charlotte or Raleigh or anything. And then plus those are always like going to be way more expensive anyway. So like $100 doesn't make a difference as much. I'm like, if I get there.
White people. Wait, really? There's no place in the US you'd want to
go? It's like, I like California, but it's like.
You've gone there so many times.
Yeah. And.
Have you been to LA?
Yeah, I went like back in high school. I'm like, too many people for me. Same thing as New York. New York is fun for like a weekend, but after that, I'm overwhelmed.
Same.
Yeah.
I have a 4-day limit with New York. I can't be there for more than 4 or 5 days. That's like cap.
Yeah. Like I like Florida.
What about Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas. My mom was like, "Can we go to a Keith Urban concert in Vegas?" And I was like, "Oh hell yeah!"
I know when that is too. Yeah.
When that is, really? When is it?
Because I was in Vegas and they had like, I saw the thing. I don't remember the date, but
dude, she loves her some Keith Urban. So do I.
Isn't he the one who came up with that song? Blue don't look good on.
There's something about blue jeans.
No, there's one with the blue. I could be thinking of someone else.
He's the one married to Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, it's him. Blue ain't your color. That's a good fucking song.
Dude, he has bangers from like his his earlier
I don't
albums.
really like country.
That was
I like
the
it.
first CD I had growing up.
Yeah.
So like, it's like I'm not that into country music either, but those are some bangers because it's like I grew up with them.
What's that guy who's like the king of country right now?
Right now, what's his name?
He's blown. Like
not Luke Combs. Luke Combs
he's so
is
mainstream
big,
now,
right? But there's the newer one that I actually like him
No.
better.
It's not chocolate.
It's he sounds like
Morgan
somebody
Wallen.
else. Oh, okay.
Morgan Wallen's huge now.
Yeah.
People are like that don't really listen to country know him. It's like
Yeah.
nuts to me.
Yeah.
You should go to Vegas.
I know that'd be fun.
Vegas is so much fun. I just got back from there. There's really good food there, and I lost $300 in poker.
Oh no, dude, I would love to try gambling. I'm gonna be addicted to it though.
Oh my god, there's this fun machine that I was so addicted to. It's like 5-card poker, but it's a machine. So I was just like, 50 cents.
See,
50
I don't
cents.
know
won.
how to do any of the actual card stuff. Like I don't know how to play any of the card games.
Well,
I
there's
don't know
slots.
Yeah, I'll
and
do the
then
slots and I'll just never leave.
Oh, there's a really fun one. It's roulette. Have you ever played roulette? Okay, so it's yes. It's just luck. It's pure luck.
Yeah, I would be down
And
for that.
There's one where there's not a person working there. It's a machine one that constantly spins and stops, and then you have to like jump in one of the computers. Bro, that shit was so fun. Me and Tom, tall ass Tom, we hopped in it. I put $20 and I was like, all right, I'm gonna bet 10 on red. Watch this shit. Boom. Won $10. I was like, I'm bet 5 on black. And I won. I was like, all right, I cashed out. I cashed out and I left.
Smart. See, yeah, I would
Vegas
like that
is fun.
type of one. I don't want to do one. I like the luck ones.
You said you don't go to Florida? You've ever been to Miami?
I've been like through Miami. I haven't like stayed. I've been wanting to go to Miami forever, but I don't want to go by myself.
Let's get a squad and go to Miami. That one's so cheap, and with my membership, it's $40. And I can buy the tickets, and then everyone could just Venmo me.
Yeah, let's do like a late summer. Well, summer's gonna be over. Like Miami trip, like September or something like that.
Yeah, let's invite Michelle and her boyfriend too.
That'd be fun.
We can get a whole group. We can get Airbnb. All split it.
Eliza wants to go too.
Eliza can come. In this trip, I probably won't bring any girls. I just probably go out in the streets.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Maybe
like that's the
we'll
move.
see.
That's
We'll
the
see.
move.
Well, it's before October, so I haven't made that deal with you where I'll stop. So
yeah. Okay. So
I'll
that'll
have
be
some
like
fun.
your last.
Yeah, my last go
You
out.
can treat it
No,
like
that'd be
a
fun. That'd be
batch
so
party.
fun.
Yeah, that would definitely. Oh, speaking of which, free up your schedule for next summer because at some point
Next summer?
Yes, I'm getting ahead of this because everybody takes forever to commit to anything. But we are doing, by we I mean me and whoever, are doing the yacht week in Croatia.
Dude, that shit is so expensive though.
It's not that bad when I looked. What is it, like 2,000 or something? But that's for food. That's where you're staying. You're staying on the boat. That's like the whole thing.
Okay.
No transportation.
Who's booking it?
Me and Eliza.
When are we doing this?
Next summer. I'm just saying,
like, you know
leave
the
a
dates?
spot. No.
Okay, leave a spot.
No, we're all going to find a time next summer, and Ben better go. I'm going to tell him ahead of time, so he has a year to ask off for time. No excuses for anybody. Put it in your schedule somewhere in the summer, and we're all going. Because I've been wanting to do that forever.
Okay. Am I going to be the only single one there?
No.
Okay, I can't be the only.
No, it's not gonna be like a couples trip. Like,
I know.
Like I would love for Ben's girlfriend to come, for instance.
Yeah,
I don't know if she would be able to.
We gotta get a squad. I'm down.
And Eliza's single.
I'm so down. I'm down for the brown. But are we doing just yacht week?
We could.
It's 1 week, right?
Yeah, I think it's a week. I would be down to stay longer and like go other places because I've always wanted to go to Croatia, but I've been waiting on Ben. But
I'm thinking if it's Croatia. Well, yacht week is not very like it is Croatia, but it's most people speak English and shit.
Yeah, it's not like a cultural kind of trip. It just sounds like a fun like party trip.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy who goes every year, and he owns a fucking. So I might be able to hit him up. He lives in Wilmington. Let's see what's around Croatia real quick. Let me see. Okay, so there's Italy. That would be fast. Croatia, obviously. We could go to the waterfalls in Croatia. That'd be cool. There's some sick waterfalls. I'm kind of Italy'd out.
Really?
I've been everywhere.
Really?
What's left? I mean,
see, I've been nowhere. Have you been to the south?
What's in the south that I want to go to? Naples, maybe. That's about the only thing I would.
The south is like where White Lotus was.
Are you talking about like far south, like Sicily?
Yeah.
South? Oh, I'm kind of scared to go there.
Why?
Ain't nobody gonna like me there.
Why?
I'm Asian, bro.
Do they got beef? I don't know.
Bro, yes. So like Italy, like countryside Italy is like super racist as fuck.
Oh, that's not the countryside though, is it?
Not country. I just meant like smaller towns.
Yeah.
Well, Sicily might be fine.
Yeah,
I feel like Sicily might be.
Parts,
but
like
when I was in Milan,
really
perfect, right? Rome, and then like the more smaller cities, I noticed like more racism.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm down. Croatia week. Okay, so I have 2 big trips next year.
Where are you going?
Vietnam.
Cool, for
with the
how long?
boys.
Who's the boys?
Me, Marlon, Tom. God, who else? These 2 guys you don't know, and then I feel like I'm missing like 1 or 2 people, but Darko. We're all going to Vietnam for 2 weeks in January.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to the big city, and then probably the beach where they filmed Pirates Caribbean.
Oh.
And then we're gonna take them to our hometowns, me and Tom, because we're both from there.
Cute.
Yeah, we were both born there. So that I'm gonna save up for that first, and knock out you guys right after.
Yeah.
When would you book it? Bro, Yacht Week would be so nuts.
Yeah, I know. Like probably not till we probably book it till next year because I think they do it
Do you
like
go
every
like yacht hopping? Like how does that
Yeah,
work?
it's like everybody's on a yacht. It's a bunch of yachts like together going to different places like around Croatia and stuff. So it's like and you just like post up all the yachts post up in the same like place.
You go in the land at all, or you stay on yachts the whole time?
I think you like go onto the beaches maybe. I don't know if you go on land. I'm not sure, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no transportation you have to pay for, like no shit like that. It's like everything's
food's included.
Sorted.
What about alcohol?
I'm pretty sure. I think so. I think it's like same type of deal as like a cruise would be in that way. I think they have like different things to do. That just sounds like easy, no hard planning.
I'm
like
so down for that shit.
Yeah, dude, that would be so fun. That's like
wow, next year, dude. And I have Ben and Megan's wedding in October next year.
Oh, cute.
I think it's October. I'm pretty sure it's October. But I'm pretty hyped for that. I can't believe they're getting married.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I know.
It's crazy people are our age. Yeah.
We're marrying age.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think for me it's got to be 30.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. I mean
You're
the
a
whole
city girl.
A city girl?
Because they get married late.
Yeah, I mean it's like the whole like biological like timeline of it is not great for women, obviously.
Well, you can have a kid before you fucking get married.
I don't want to do that. Nah.
I don't.
That's not ideal. Because if I'm gonna have kids, I'm not.
It's got to be the one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Damn, yeah, that sucks.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like I have to like figure that shit out in like 5 years.
I mean,
I have to like have some type of plan.
30.
Oh, that's true. I feel like I'm.
And just found her man.
But she's still got time. But that's what I'm saying. But what I mean is like, I don't know. It's just stressful. Maybe I see it as like, it's like.
You're 24?
25. And
when
like.
You turn 25?
Bro. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God, yeah. I threw a party at my house. I forgot. I'm fucking stupid. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That seems like a million years ago. Yeah.
Anything eventful happen for you that day?
That day.
Party, anything?
Nothing crazy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Charlie was here, which was nice.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And like a bunch of.
No, it was the second time I met him.
Yeah, he had met y'all, but he met some other people like Malik, like some other people.
Oh my God, everyone pulled up. I forgot.
I know. It was like that was like the most random, like people from middle school and shit.
I might be throwing another house party for my birthday.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the 16th, so the party would be 19th, and I might just do open, like anybody can invite anybody. We'll figure it out.
That would be
pretty.
fun.
It'd be fun.
Speaking of Leo season,
yeah,
I got the worst news recently.
Oh no.
I thought this whole time I was a Pisces sun, Scorpio moon,
but you're
Cancer rising. But I did my like actual birth time. I finally got it from my mom. My rising is fucking Leo.
Why is that a bad thing? What does rising mean? Give me a horoscope lesson.
Rising is like partially the one I think that like it's how you come across in the world a little bit, I think, and it determines the most of your. See, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck? I don't got Leo energy, but it makes sense now that I always like attract Leo guys.
I mean, you're pretty confident, right?
I guess. I mean, depends on the day, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have like image?
I think okay, so it's
truthfully.
Yeah, I think
this is actually
weird.
Therapy 2.0. Yeah. She literally just got back from therapy.
Therapy at 3, podcast at 4, but
therapy again
I'm having,
at 4.
But yeah, I'll need it after this. But no, it's not. I think sometimes I'll be pretty down on myself, but I think like at this age, I'm like, I don't have as much. Like, there's always like the body stuff. I feel like most girls have big issues with that.
A lot of people. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like right now, I don't have image issues. It's just the fear of like aging, like that type of stuff. But
are you gonna get any work done?
I feel like I would be down like some simple stuff as I get older. Like I'm gonna need the forehead Botox.
Yeah, I'm getting Botox.
Yeah,
when
it's
I'm 30.
like, yeah, 30 sounds like a good age for that.
I'm gonna get, because you know you can't get it too late.
Because it doesn't work as well.
Once it's too late, they won't even work on it. They can, but it'd be a bad doctor because it just physically you're paying for nothing. Like it doesn't do anything. You have to get it early. It's a
like
proactive,
a
preventative kind of procedure. Yeah. And would you ever do anything else? So a little bit of Botox. I'm also doing that myself.
Yeah, I think because I got to get the forehead ones because I have such an expressive face that it's giving me wrinkles.
Would you ever get the side of your eyes? Women
Why
get that a lot.
That?
No, I'm saying women get that a lot. Yes, Sierra. Would you ever get
it's
this?
Rough,
I give you like a list. What about?
Yeah, it's like, have you ever thought about a boob job?
No,
like,
that'd be so mean. No, I meant as your friend.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, girls get that often.
Yeah.
Like, that's a common, and lip is common too, and boobs.
I think maybe I might have to get the masseter Botox.
What's the masseter?
It's like it's something to do with like your jaw, kind of like it's kind of some cheek, but I'm scared of getting that. Well, I would need it for because I am starting to have like TMJ. If you've ever heard of that, it's like a jaw thing where it's like it's really painful for your jaw. Like my sister has it really bad. She had to get surgery for it. I have it really bad. Like my jaw is uneven.
Really?
Yeah, and masseter Botox can help with that. It's like a stress thing too. It gets worse with stress. But then I'm worried that would change my face. I don't really like. I feel like
what does it do exactly?
It does something about the muscles in your jaw. Like it instead of doing whatever they were doing, it makes them do something different.
Like normal. So how would that fuck your jaw up?
No, but the actual people get it as a like. An aesthetic surgery too, because I think it does something about your cheekbones, which like I feel like that would be a really significant difference in my face.
Like, does it make it skinnier or wider?
I think skinnier or like more defined cheekbones.
Give me a little. You're not gonna bite. I want to see what you would look like.
Bite?
Like bite. Oh, you look fine. You look fine either way.
Okay, well I feel like I'm worried it might look different.
You look more model-y.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, models do have cheekbones.
I literally Googled, YouTubed. This is what goes on in a guy's head, like mine at least. I YouTubed how to get a better jawline, right? And there's this model dude who's like, he definitely knows what the fuck is up. He has a killer jawline. And essentially, the number one thing that like 70% of jawline is losing body fat. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now the rest is like exercises and stuff you can do. And so like some days I'll just go like this.
Yeah.
All day. I
feel like that does work.
Yeah, it helps. So that helps with your posture, making your jawline look better.
Yeah. And you know the thing you do, the like, where you go like. Yeah.
And then you also can bite your cheeks just a little bit whenever you take
I do that sometimes. If I'm not like smiling, I'll go. Yeah, I feel like it helps. But nah, I don't know. I'm scared of all that stuff because I feel like it just fucks with like it. Well, I mean. I don't know. I feel like it would just be weird to not look like yourself. But it's like, but when you age, that's what happens anyway. So I think that's why that's when I would be more willing to do it, when I feel like I'm starting to look different, but it would need to be preventative. So
I'm an advocate for enhancements if it makes you happy. However, I'm not an advocate for like OD enhancements because that's just like, when you're not looking like yourself, it's weird.
Yeah, I think Emma Chamberlain or something like that talked about that at some point, and I think like I agreed. I don't know that she got anything done, but I think I agreed with her perspective on it of like everybody do what you want, obviously, but if you have if you have body image issues or like whatever image issues, it's like that's not going to fix it. That can make it worse a lot of the time. So I feel like that's why I would be willing to like do something, but there's nothing specific I really want to do. You know what I mean? Like I've never been like, oh, I want a nose job or like anything specific.
I
mean, I wouldn't know.
You don't need any of that. But one thing I do want to do, but I want kids first, is TRT, which is testosterone replacement.
Why?
Something. It's essentially a way, so young people can use it. It's not advised. If young people use it, mostly it's like bodybuilders and people who are like trying to get like really jacked because it increases your testosterone. So the reason I would want to do it is as you age as a guy, you lose testosterone, which means you lose energy. So your energy throughout the day, and you can never get as jacked as you used to want. And it is partly aesthetic for me, but it's mostly energy. So like once you're like 40, your energy is not going to be the same as when you're like 20, right? So TRT can make your energy like you were at least like mid-20s and stuff.
That would be nice.
But the thing is, once you go on TRT, you can never go back. It's going to be really nearly impossible for you to produce natural testosterone once you start taking like the testosterone shots. And I want to do that, but I want to wait for me to have kids.
Yeah, I might fuck with that. I
hear my cats meowing. Okay.
All the way out there.
Yeah, I heard a little bit. Yeah, I was like, are they good? They cats are outside today. But yeah, you can't hear them. Am I tripping?
I can't hear. Well, you're closer. I can't hear him with the headphones on, at least.
Oh, he's meowing at someone. Why is he meowing at someone?
I don't hear anything. I'm like
cute.
deaf.
Oh, now what's a personality thing that you think you can improve on yourself?
Oh, so many things.
Really?
Yeah, because I think we talked about this another time I was on the podcast of
really?
like that's
we
more
did,
where like my insecurities come from. I don't know what.
Which is valid.
Yeah, like specifically, I wish I was more of a social butterfly. Wish. Yeah, I'm just not like at all.
You don't follow people.
No, I do. That's the thing. I want to be like more extroverted, but it's like.
Do you have a social anxiety?
Yeah, bad.
Really?
Yeah, I always have. But
what? Let's break that down. What exactly about socializing makes you personally anxious? Is it someone approaching you approaching them? Is it like the aspect of like not knowing what to say, or is like what is it?
I think it's like the whole small talk thing. Like once I get comfortable with someone, I'm totally fine. Like I'm still like introverted, but it doesn't take a lot out of me to like hang out with somebody. But it's the like meeting new people. I think I struggle especially with women, and I think I was thinking about that lately, and I think part of it, is that like I think women are more often giving cues, if that makes sense. Like they're more actively giving you like social cues, and so if you say something like a little like off or whatever, you're gonna see that in their face, and then that makes me shut down and be too like I'm overthinking it. But men don't do that as much. Like it's I don't know what or that's just like a blanket statement, of course, but I think that's my issue with it. Or I'm just paying more attention to women because I care more how women are perceiving me.
Oh yeah, that could weigh into it heavily.
Because it's much more complicated than men. So I'm more immediately like comfortable, not with like new men, but like I know how to talk to them better.
I would argue that it is easier to have small talk with men, but have deeper conversations with women.
I agree. So exactly. So with women, the kind of barrier is like I want to skip through the small talk phase because that's where I'm not like gonna shine and get to like the actual like connected level with it, if that makes sense.
I wonder
it's hard
how
to do.
you even get to that. Like if we broke it down to a science, like what small talk is needed.
Well, part of the science of it, of getting there, because communications was my major, so because I struggle with communications, that's why I took it. But part of it is with men and women, with getting deeper or getting more vulnerable, is like it's very much a give and take. Come on.
Keep going. Sorry.
That's your second "that's what she said" joke today.
Is it? What was the first one?
You texted it to me.
Oh, I forgot. All right.
Too many for one day. But
I did. I put it in parentheses.
It's like someone has to get vulnerable first. Someone has to like offer a moment of vulnerability,
and then you
for the other person to meet them. So it's like I'm always willing to do that, but sometimes it's like if somebody is not down for that, regardless. Like some women, the women that I get along with, usually I get along with them immediately because we can immediately offer and then offer back, and then we're good to go and we can get deeper. But some women, it takes longer to get there. So if I try to like offer a little bit, or if I don't feel like it's going to be a situation where I can go a little bit deeper, then I get stuck in it and I don't know what to say to them.
That's very interesting. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see what life is like in those shoes because I'm the polar opposite.
Yeah.
But mine comes with faults too. Like there's cons in being too extroverted because you share too much and you share too fast, and then you feel like you have a deep connection with someone because you've been sharing, where they might not feel the same way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and then thought about it that way.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's interesting though. I feel like the best is, some form, or there might not ever be a best. I feel like anybody can be good at whatever.
Yeah, it's like a reading the room thing. And I think I'm like hyper. Yeah, I can't either. I have a problem with that, but I'm hyper aware of Yeah, specifically with women, like what cues they're giving me. Because it's like, it's also like with guys, it takes them a while to figure out if you're weird. You know what I mean?
If a guy's weird?
No, it takes them a while to figure out that I'm weird.
A girl's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it really does. And then by the time they do, they're already invested like as a friend.
You don't think
what I mean?
You don't think that the hard thing of women communicating with men, like small talk wise, is deciphering if they're trying to have sex with you or not? Because I feel like that's a big thing, especially if you're an attractive girl.
I don't think it's hard to decipher in the sense of, I was talking to Kyle about this the other day, and he was like, is it weird for like as a girl to like have guys in the friend zone? And number one, I don't think like I at this point in my life have guys in the friend zone, but the way I explained
like you mean like guys that you're friends with that they want something more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So I don't think I have situations like that, but I definitely have before. So I think like the way I explained it to him was like with a lot of guy friends or whatever I have, I feel like if any of their girlfriends were like, hey, do you want to fuck? They would probably be like, yeah. You know what I mean?
A lot, yeah.
But
a percentage, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm also like, I don't think that anybody is like obsessed enough with me to like stay friends with me for a long period of time just in hopes that like, I feel like...
Oh, but that's almost a humble mindset though.
But I feel like who can be that desperate? I feel like you would be able to like read it if they were.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if that's truly their only reason for being around you. So that's how I see it. I don't think I have anyone in the friend zone in terms of that, of like they're just waiting.
Well, how about this? How many of all your guy friends, percentage wise, okay, do you think if given the opportunity they would? That's what I was thinking.
Are we? A lot of them are in relationships. So are we talking if they were?
Ooh, yeah. Shit.
Because I don't think that's. I think if we're talking not relationships, I would say a good amount, just because.
See, that's the danger of being a girl.
It is because the bar is low anyways. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's not even like an egotistical thing for me to be like, oh, a good amount, because I feel like it's like most guys, if you're like, do you want to fuck? It's like unless you're like actually like repulsive, it's like yeah, or it's like I feel like they have nothing to lose in that sense.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Some
well,
would
if they care about your,
lose
like,
the fear of losing the friendship.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Of like, I think a couple of my really close guy friends, I think that would never happen, even if I were to be like, oh, do you wanna? Because I would like to think that they would be like, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I personally, and I know I'm not like most guys. I can't have sex with a friend. I can't. Like Amelia, Nina, all my girlfriends immediately like, even if I were to find them attractive, once we become friends, I can't go back. I can only do the other way. See, actually, I don't even think I could do it the other way, where if we have sex, we can be friends after. See, I'm kind of like the opposite of like, I would like to be friends with somebody first just to know who they are as a human being. Like, are they a decent human being? And then it would be easier to consider dating them. But then that's a short window of time though, because if you go too far past that and there's not interest established on both sides, then it's like you're friends. And it's like never say never, but it's like something would have to like really like switch on, if that makes sense. Maybe I need that.
Like
to find a girl that's like that, where we were like friends first.
No, that truly is like, I think the best way to do it in terms of an actual relationship, because like that's what happened with Charlie. That's why, fall for them. Yeah, and like by the time me and Charlie started dating, I knew him so well and completely trusted him to where I didn't have to worry about, is he going to cheat on me, or like should I be vulnerable with him? It was like. So with that, it's like, it was cool because my first love got to be like, I'm like all in. I have no fear with this because I trust him. So it was like the longest like honeymoon period ever because of that, which it's like a really nice thing. And it might be different for guys, because I think girls are bigger on establishing trust early on, because it's like, if I don't trust someone, I don't want anything to do, I can't open up at all or like really even enjoy myself. So it's like, if you
literally
can have that. Yeah. Like, but yeah, I feel like that's a big thing for girls. So I think a lot of girls kind of, that's a good way to date. But it's hard these days with like Tinder and shit. It's hard to. Dude,
Tinder is just like the whole. Okay, I have this constant debate between like dating apps and they're good or bad for the society. Because there's so much of both.
I think.
Because people are finding more love. Like, and you got to think about it in an aspect of like a super extreme introvert that like without the dating apps in this world and technology, he would have never even like went out to like talk to See, that benefits those people. And then like, you gotta think about people like me. I'm like, this is definitely fucking up my psychology for sure.
Yeah, I think it's like if society was not at a place where people weren't meeting each other organically already, then it would be all bad. But since we're at that place, it's like all those apps help with it.
Yeah,
you know?
But then also confidence. That's a big thing too.
Like, do you think it helps or hurts confidence?
Both, depending on who you are. For me, it helps.
Like getting a lot of matches, you're like,
getting more attractive matches now, I'm like, wow. Like, I compared myself to back then. I'm like, wow, like that's crazy. People actually like me. If I didn't have that, I think I would be way more self-conscious. I'd be like, oh, I'm not attractive, blah, 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 blah.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
But then some people, it could hurt them.
Yeah.
They're only getting ugly matches or something.
But even if I feel like it can do the opposite too. Of it can make people overconfident. Like for instance, with guys who already have like whatever complex or ego, not you specifically, but like guys who like think they're the shit, and then they're getting matches with attractive girls. I feel like a match is like not really an indicator. I've seen girls swipe through and like the bar is low, so you know what I mean. It's like I feel like it can give guys an overinflated sense ego. Of like, oh, all these hot girls are into me, and it's like in reality they were like, that'll do when they swiped. You know what I mean?
Possible. Yeah.
Possible. Yeah. Depends how everybody's using it. You know, I'm not even on dating apps. Obviously, I've never used them. So how would I know? But
ever?
No. I mean, like me and my sister back in the day, like when we would go on vacation, we would download it to like see and be like,
what's up?
Yeah. And be like, who can offer us a boat? You know what I mean? Like that's
oh my, you swiped like on old white men?
No, not old white men. I mean, it's like like towards Wilmington, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Where people have
old
boats.
White men?
No, not old white men. There were some younger men, but no.
With
So
boats?
Yeah,
I guess maybe.
We're like a friend with a boat, whatever. So like we've used it before in that.
What's your opening
twice.
line? You got a boat?
We like literally made a profile and we're like swipe if you have a boat. Like that was very clearly from the bat the only interest.
Get you laid, guys.
Yeah, it's true. I think no, not laid. I'm just kidding. But it's like, yeah, that's the only way I've ever used them. I've never actually like used them for dating or anything like that. Because back when I was in college, it's like that really wasn't like
college is the worst.
It's like people were using it, but you're meeting so many people that you don't really need to use it.
Valid. I was using it, but valid. I needed it.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people do use it, but it's like I was like meeting enough new people, and it was like, why would I?
So what's next? What's the next travel plans? What's the next move for you? You're here for a bit? Yeah,
I have nothing in the works. I got to decide somewhere to go.
Are you gonna save or are you gonna like pick something out?
I wanna go somewhere around maybe September or October, so it's like the off season for warm places. Like, cause you know what I mean. I like somewhere in Europe maybe would be good for September or October, but after summer, so it'll be like cheaper. End of the season type thing. That's why I want to take advantage of it now, but I don't know where to go.
October is usually pretty cheap.
Yeah, because like that's when I went to Spain and Majorca, and like it was still kind of crowded in Majorca for like October, but it was not nearly as bad as it is in the summer, and it was a lot cheaper.
It is cheaper. There is some. It's. I don't know if it's more fun though. Some aspects of
it depends what you're wanting to do.
Greece, for instance, way better in season.
Yeah. It's like certain places where I would want to be like super social about it, be meeting people. It's like that would be better high season. But if I'm trying to chill,
when you travel, how do you socialize? Like you have social anxiety.
Yeah, sometimes it's like it depends. I'm like a lot of the time I'm like if I meet somebody cool, if I don't, then like it doesn't bother me. So for instance, like I've hung out with another like solo traveler from like a Facebook group, for instance. I did that one time. It was interesting because we wanted to go out. I know, but we wanted to like go out to the clubs and like not alone. So I met up with her and it was super fun. And this last time in Albania, I met some people like at a hostel because I did a tour.
Oh, you stayed at a hostel?
No, I didn't stay there, but I did. Say, bitch, I know. I'm not a hostel.
I can't do it. No, I cannot do it.
I'm considering doing it somewhere in Portugal because I feel like I want to try it once, but it has to be like a nice one. Private room though. Private room.
Oh, that's not really a fucking hostel.
Well, no, a lot of them have a private room, but then it's like still
in the hostel.
Still the same deal. So I feel like that I could manage.
I bet you'd be like valued as like a queen in that hostel.
Why?
They're like, oh, you staying here? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm staying in I got a private room here. And they're like,
be like, damn,
you got money. You got it like that.
Yeah, but It's hard because I feel like in hostels it's like a lot of like drinking and stuff like that, which I don't mind. I want to go out and stuff, but I feel like it's like that's what a lot of people use initially to like make social connections, like new ones. And I feel like
drinking and sex.
Yeah, and it doesn't like bother me to not be drinking. It's more just like I feel like sometimes I can almost like start off on the wrong foot with that, if that makes sense. If everybody else is drinking, it's like, oh, you don't. It's like I feel like people think I'm a narc. It's like there's two different ways that people take it. People either assume like, oh, like it's because you're fucked up, like you have a problem, or they take it as like you like, oh, I don't drink, like I think I'm better than people. So I usually try to out the gate be like, I don't drink anymore because I drank too much. Like I have no problem saying that because I don't want people to think it's like a judgmental thing, because I'm like, everybody drink as much as you want. I personally can't drink anything without being a menace to society.
To be honest, I'm not saying that you should do this. I feel like that's a good way of going about it. But if I was sober, I would be like, oh, I'm not drinking tonight. And then if I do see them again, because most of the people I'm not going to see again, but if I do see them again, I'm like, oh, to be honest with you, I'm like sober now.
See, I guess I just never really cared about that. I'm like, I don't care if people like know that it's because I had a problem, because I feel like.
Well, I mean, like, why would people care? Well, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if it's someone I don't like know at all, and they're like, oh, do you want to drink? I'm just like, no. But if it's like people I'm meeting, like for instance, your friends that like when I first met them and we're like, oh, like I'll probably be around them again at some point. Like I have no problem being like, oh no, just like I used to be an alcoholic. No, I mean, no, like it's because I don't mind. Like it's like that's a part. I feel like some people like don't want to like claim that as a part of their identity, but I feel like that was like such a formative thing for me, regardless. That
that's
it's like there's no point in being like, oh no, because the more you think, like that's the problem. Like that's how people go back out and start drinking that truly are alcoholics and probably need to be sober. Is if you convince yourself that you can drink manageably, that's when you're fucked. So like that's what keeps me sober, like besides having like a good support system and shit like that, but like it's just remembering that like any way you slice it, I cannot drink manageably, because as soon as I'm like I'm trying to talk myself out of that like fact, like I'm on the road to a relapse is like
I'm proud of you for acknowledging that. I have to pee, but I have a question about
okay, I also have to pee after you. We'll take break. Yeah, no. I think I'm good to go. What was your question?
Okay, so did you relapse any times after?
Oh hell yeah. I was like in rehab.
You might have told me, but I don't remember.
We probably like never got into it, but I was in like outpatient rehab for like a long time before I actually like stopped drinking.
Wow. How long did it actually take you? Like from the moment that you were like, I need to stop, to when you actually stopped? Truly.
I knew I needed to stop for a really long time. Yeah. And it kind of gets to the point where like you don't like, that's why people call it a disease. It's like you're at a certain point, you pass a certain threshold to where like you're truly like powerless over it. Like you don't even want to be drinking anymore, but that's like all you have left. Because a lot of time you also like fuck up your life in various ways to where alcohol really is all you have left.
How tempting is it being in environments like bars and stuff, like, because you go out with all of us?
Mm-hmm. It's usually not just like. The only thing that like tempts me is like I don't think, oh, I wish I could drink right now. I think, oh, I wish I could drink manageably. So it's not like in the moment. It's like I wish that my brain weren't the way that it is, but I don't like.
No, it's smart that you
have a drink.
It's smart that you acknowledge that your brain it would fuck that up.
Yeah, because I was just like I truly think I was like born that way. Like it's.
Yeah. Do you think it runs in your blood? Addiction and stuff. Wow. That sucks.
Yeah. I think part of it, because a lot of people can have, that's the difference between alcoholics and drug addicts. So there's a lot of overlap, of course, but the way like a lot of people think about it is for drug addicts, for instance, if somebody starts doing heroin is addictive. Like a lot of people that do heroin are going to get addicted to heroin. But with alcohol, it's like most people drink and are fine. And the fact that like some people just can't drink normally is what makes it more of like you just are that way. You know what I mean? It's not because like alcohol isn't the problem, like you're the problem. The way that you drink
is that the same with nicotine or no?
Nicotine is addictive, so it's a different thing. So yeah, for instance, so it's like a lot of.
I don't feel, me personally, I'm lucky. Nicotine is not addictive at all to me.
Interesting.
If someone else is juuling, smoking, anything, I'm like, all right, let me take a hit, and I've never bought one. I might have bought one once actually on a trip.
Must be nice. Maybe you're immune.
I feel like most of my addiction lies in we have like he's been killing them. There's
just
a fruit
like
flies.
one little. Oh yeah, I heard those come up
Summer.
from your drain.
Yeah, from the drain, and
So
he put the thing in there.
Water.
Yeah, he has like this he works for a pesticide, so they have like the shit for it. I was gonna say what were we talking about? Like specifically?
We're talking about nicotine.
Yeah. So for me, most of my addictions besides caffeine is tough. Is more social or like I'm addicted to not going out. That's the wrong term. I'm addicted for connection, things like that. I am a legitimate addict for that, but I am not addicted to any substance, even alcohol. If I told myself, hey, let's go a month without it, I could do it. I have gone a month, 2 months every now and then. It's hard to date and not drink because a lot of girls drink.
Yeah.
And so they'll be like, oh, and then you're like, I'm good. And then they're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of girls also are, they use drinking as a way of getting loose because they're nervous.
See, that's what I did. Like, it was the social anxiety that made it my drinking so much worse in college. Because in high school, I was comfortable with all the people I was like partying with. I was already friends with them. And then in college, you're meeting.
Wait, you drink in high
school?
It's like everybody does.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But
you're drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Jammers.
Yeah. So it got a lot worse in college because it was a big transition for me. And I purposely went to USC not knowing anyone there. Because I was like, I don't want to have the crutch of going to the same school as my high school friends. And I really, I wanted to do that, to build my confidence socially. And instead of doing that in a healthy way, I had a rough start, at the very beginning of college with a guy. And that did not help, so I kind of had to restart. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he was a Leo.
That guy.
He was they're all fucking Leos. I swear to God,
What's Charlie?
He's a Pisces. We're both Pisces.
Oh, okay.
I always attract Leos and Pisces, which are my least compatible.
That's the funny thing about. Were you really the least for you? Wow.
Yeah, because you're not. Most signs aren't compatible with their own sign. You understand each other, but
I thought with Leos. But maybe
in
not
terms
sexually.
of dating, I don't know if you would.
Maybe not sexually. I don't know.
Because if you were dating a Leo, you guys might be fighting for attention. It's who's going to take the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way it happens with me and Charlie, for instance, is Pisces can live in a dream world kind of thing. And so when we're on the same page of what reality is, we're having the time of our life. It's literally a fairy tale. And if we get a little off page of what the fairy tale is, that we miss each other. We get really off of the page, and it takes a lot of work to get back. So there's pros and cons to it.
What's compatible for Pisces?
I think Tauruses.
Dude, Tauruses are psychotic. That's good to you?
I feel, yeah, I don't know. I think
I could be wrong. I don't know anything about horoscopes.
I think some of them are very chill. And then some of them are not. Depends how repressed
my sister's
they are.
one. Then that's why I'm saying that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What else? Who else? What else?
I think I'm compatible with a lot of Aries, mainly because I have a lot of Aries placements. My communication,
sign, right?
Yeah, my conflict in communication is Aries. So I'm a direct communicator. I'm going to say some shit. I'm not going to be passive aggressive, and that's what works for me. So I get along with other Aries that that's their sun sign because they have more of that energy. They don't have the passive aggressive energy.
I see what you're saying. They're very straightforward.
It's you're just going to say what you're going to say. And if you have nothing to say, you're not going to say anything.
Is the thing with the social anxiety, is that something you actually want to cure? Or just you're okay with it?
I think I would like for it to be easier for me to meet people, but I don't know if it's curing it as much as, for instance, not drinking has helped a lot with that because I can't rely on that. So it's I have to kind of put myself out there if I'm going to put myself out there. But that's what I mean with the traveling solo thing too. I try to not put too much pressure on myself of I need to connect with these people. That's why me and Eliza were talking about, we hanging out with your friend group because it's very much
Dude, we're all weird.
Yeah, well, no.
No, literally my friends are so weird, which I love.
They're not that weird, but.
No, they're weird.
Yeah, but in a positive way.
Just keep going.
But it's nice because you guys are very open and very welcoming of people, but at the same time, it's
guys,
it's true. And so it's but we also don't, because Eliza's more introverted too. So, but we also don't feel the pressure to be really in the mix if we don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I have to be performing when I'm hanging, or like really, really involved or excluded. Like, there's more of a in between. And in some like groups or social settings, it does feel like that, of like you either have to be really in there or you're going to feel outside of the crowd. Which is like, so even at the times when I want to be outside, I want to be kind of a fly on the wall, wallflower, whatever it is, and like kind of just chill. And I'm happy with that. It's like sometimes that can give the wrong impression to other people of like, I don't want to be there. I'm not having a good time. When in reality, I'm having a great time, but I just don't feel like I want to be like in it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's nice hanging out with you guys.
Oh my God, we should all hang out again.
I
haven't seen Eliza in forever.
she's going to be at the beach, but she'll be back next weekend. She was wanting to go out
next
with you guys
weekend.
Yeah.
I will not be here.
Damn,
we have Emily's birthday's coming up. She's also a Leo. And she's doing a lake weekend. So we'll be at the lake. Yeah. And we're watching tomorrow Barbie for it too. We're dressing up too. Cute. My fit's going to be fire. Where are you going out tomorrow? Or Saturday? I was going to see if you guys were... Yeah, I have to work some this weekend, but I was like... I'm going out both days. You are both days? Okay, in that case, I might go out, because I'm not going out tomorrow night, but I would maybe go out Saturday. It's going to be a different vibe, though. I'm going to let you know. Nowadays, it's been like just... Well, tomorrow, it's going to be Emily's friends. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going because I wanted to be dressed up and go out. Your Barbie fit. Yeah. But Saturday, though, lately, it's just been me and Antonio. So I mean, if you're cool with that, okay, cool. Yeah, just tag on. I'll invite Amelia or something too. Yeah, that'd be fun. So yeah, so we can have a whole little group. It's just it's less and less groups nowadays. It's just like slowly dwindle. Yeah, everybody's starting to date and like have, which is great. Like I shouldn't be selfish, but it's different going out. Yeah, it's different going out with just like one or two. Yeah, I'm gonna be single forever, bro. I'll be the only single one. Yeah, who knows? Yeah. We'll figure it out. You'll figure it out if you take a. I just don't want to settle though. Yeah, but that's why you have to like take some time to be alone, because you can't really like. I feel like the more you know yourself, the better it is for dating. And not that you don't know yourself, but the more like kind of, because it's like we were talking about before. It's different than meditating, because meditating is when you're trying to not have no thoughts, but like kind of you're trying to focus on your body. You're trying to do that. But just sitting there with your thoughts is different. Like you're getting comfortable with the kind of like the craziness that's in there, if that makes sense. Like, and that's why it's like entertaining to me, because I can like listen to whatever weird shit I'm thinking. I can be like, that's fucking weird. Yeah. And then be like, but that's funny though. I don't need it to be like my reality. Like whatever I'm thinking, it helps me like not be like, oh, my feelings are always reality. I see what you're saying. And like create. I'm actually addicted to like that, all that. So it's gonna be interesting to see myself try. Yeah. Because like I'm addicted to interaction. I'm addicted to being on these dating apps. Like I'll delete them and I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna spend my time doing. Yeah. And I used to be good at this when I was ugly. Like I used to just not I would have the apps, but I wouldn't get much matches or anything, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I would just spend so much time on my YouTube, like all the great things in life, right? Like the things that I should be. Mm-hmm. And then now it's just like, fuck. Like, I don't know. I'm in too deep. Yeah. I'm in too deep. Yeah, you got to find something that's like not about making money, not about something women or dating. Yeah. Or I don't know. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. But I was gonna, or even hear me out. Ooh. Even try this. This might sound weird, but like after you like watch a movie or a show or something that like whether it's a little more serious or not, and then afterwards, instead of just like moving on with your life, like sit there and think or even write about like what you thought about the movie. That's like because then it sounds weird, but like it does sound weird. But trust me, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm writing an essay about the theme, but like just think about like, what did I think about that? Like, did I like that and why? But it helps you know yourself. Like it helps you know like if you think, oh, I liked in that movie that they showed this really like but whatever. See, what's the crazy is when you say things like that, I'm like, dude, I would be bored out of my mind. I would watch I would write 2 sentences. You don't have to write it. Fuck. Just think about it. Okay. Like challenge, like be curious about yourself. That's what keeps it entertaining, and that's what you like learn a lot about yourself. It'll be good for you. I'll write you a course. The hard thing is going to be when to do it. What do you just find time? Just cut. No, I mean like cut everybody off and like. You don't have. Oh, you mean like with women? Yeah, with women and like actually like cut it off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I can. I don't know when. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can. I just don't know when I would do it. Yeah, it's hard to pick a day. Yeah, same thing with. Yeah. alcoholism and everything like that.
I mean, you might have to like kind of hit a bottom with it. That's what happens.
God, what would be a bottom? I already hit a bottom. I got chlamydia once.
Like, damn, and that wasn't your bottom.
It changed who I was having sex with.
Yeah.
It did change that. I was more selective, and I'm very like picky about if I'm doing unprotected. But that's it. I'm still going.
Yeah.
Still going hard.
Yeah, I don't know what your bottom would be.
I don't know.
Maybe like, I don't know. Like it would have to be. It's like you probably won't like fuck up your life for a bottom. I think
a girl would literally have to like be like, bro, you're an asshole, blah blah blah. But I'm not an asshole. That's the thing that fucks me up too. I can be, but I'm not like. Yeah, I'm like a nice asshole.
Yeah. I think you would have to just feel shitty enough.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I woke up today and I felt a little shitty about my lifestyle. Something off topic. I had it. Oh yeah. Are you getting another tattoo anytime?
I don't have any plans to. Why?
I was just curious.
I don't know if I'm a tattoo gal.
Do you ever read or like look into philosophy or like philosophers? Yeah. Do you have a fave? Or any quotes and shit?
I don't read much about it anymore or have any favorite quotes. I like that's some of the stuff I like to think about. That's why, for instance,
you
like
are
movies,
a philosopher. That's why.
Yeah, I don't need to read. I'm thinking of it myself. No, I'm just kidding. But like that's what I mean with like movies and stuff. You watch it after and be like, like what kind of how did that make me feel about whatever? Yeah.
Philosophy is wild. It's a wild world. Are you're into psychology?
Yeah, I'm into both. I don't read as much as I used to, but I should.
I don't read at all.
Yeah, it's hard to focus. It's like my attention span. I used to read so much, but
you're better than me. I have ADHD.
Yeah, that does make it difficult.
Totally gonna take the boys in after this. He's fucking meowing. I don't know if you heard him.
I can now. Like, yeah.
Final topics. Let's see. Travel. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. I didn't even talk about this. You grown a lot on social media. Congrats. Decent. That's amazing. Hold up. Let me throw the.
Stop.
How has that been? Has it all been just through your reels and stuff? Mm-hmm. Dude, you should do TikTok, bro.
I know.
It's another avenue of followers you could mix and match.
Yeah, it's hard because since I do that for work as of now, I just don't like it. It's hard for me even sometimes to do the Instagram because I'm just so tired of social media. Yeah. I don't like want to throw another in the mix because I feel like then I'll just not want to do it at all.
Well, what do you edit on?
InShot usually, or just like
so you like simple, export it separately and then why don't you just upload the exact same
I know
thing
but
on
I don't
TikTok?
even want to have the TikTok app is my thing. I don't even have like I have had the app but I usually delete it because I don't want another thing to be stuck on. It's not toxic, it just takes up too much time. Like I want to be not in the world of social media as much as possible and it's hard with work, so I don't want my whole day to be social media. And some days it is like, which is horrible.
It's hard when it's work. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should do it anyways, but as of now, I'm like...
Depends on how much you want the growth. I was going to ask you, this can be like the last part of the podcast, but with your social media, you're almost at 10K, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've been leveraging it for brand deals, right?
Yeah.
Airbnbs?
Yeah. So I've only done Airbnbs thus far.
How'd you come up with that idea?
Actually, when I earlier on started my travel account, I had thought about, I'd seen some other people I followed do that type of thing. And I wrote it down in like a short term, like goal list. I was like, oh, look into how to do that. And then literally the next day, the host of an Airbnb me and Krista had stayed at that I like posted a reel about, she messaged me and was like, would you want to do a collab? I've never done one before, but like you come back to the same place and like do some content stuff. So that was like,
and they give you a free stay, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was probably a year ago. I did that with her and, it was like stressful, but it was fun. And then after that, I didn't prioritize it for a while because when I'm planning a trip, I kind of just like want to stay where I want to stay. Like, I want to plan my own thing.
What follower count did you have?
That was like 1,400.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
And then what's weird is the collabs I just did in Mexico, I had like gotten all those when I had 4,000 before. And then while I was in Mexico doing that is when,
wow.
It like doubled.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And it was like an Airbnb reel that like blew up. So I was like, okay.
That's amazing. It's crazy how growth works.
Yeah. It is
exponential.
Yeah. But now I'm in the painful period where like it's like mass unfollowing because once it lands, because then a lot of people will just casually follow. if they see one reel they like without looking at your account. And then once you start posting other stuff, even if it's like somewhat relevant or whatever. Yeah. It's not like mass, like mass is a dramatic word, but after, cause I've gone like viral is like not the word, but I've like a million something views. Awesome. Well, it's like it kind of, and that's happened for clients too before, where they see huge growth after something like really, really pops off, and then you're stagnant for a while and you're like so like still right now I'm kind of like breaking even of like I'm getting new followers still, but then like the random people unfollowing are,
so you're like I like to stay the same, but that's still good because you got that one big boom. Yeah. I wish I had that. I never grew exponentially. All my growth has been super fucking gradual.
Yeah. Well,
YouTube, everything.
Yeah, it would be good for, because if you're, unless you, something that's like really specifically your niche pops off, like it doesn't do you any good. So like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I want one of my like ones about solo travel to do really well. So then I can get the right followers that I'm trying to reach. But a lot of the ones are like stuff like Airbnbs or like places to go. Like,
you don't ever want to niche into that?
Huh?
You don't want to niche into that?
Niche into what?
Well, your whole niche is kind of travel, right?
Yeah, so my niche is like solo travel, some of the Airbnb stuff, and just like hidden gem type of stuff of like cool places to go that aren't like, you know, like you've seen a million times.
So if you, let's say you get bigger, would you start charging?
Yeah, I am thinking about how to strategize on that. Like I need to, number one, update. That's part of why I did the ones in Mexico. I did so many, which I usually wouldn't do, because I was like, I'm just going to go and treat this almost like a portfolio trip, like get a bunch of stuff to put in my portfolio, and stuff like that. So I need to like now sit down and like arrange all that, like get a good system, because I had a media kit that I was like pitching with, but now I can update it. And
media kits, I have one too.
Yeah, they're such a hassle, but
and you have to update all the time.
Yeah, I know, with like the stats followers and stuff. I have to, I know, it's so annoying, but
I haven't used it in a while. I haven't approached brands in so long.
Yeah,
they've been approaching me.
Yeah, okay, look at you.
Not often though. If I approached brands, I would get way more deals. I'm just too lazy.
I know, because it's so much work. That's why I stopped doing it, because I didn't want to plan my trips around that.
Do you do emails or do you do DMs? I do DMs.
Well, since I do Airbnbs, I've kind of figured out the best way to do it is you don't want to pitch. No. You don't want to pitch Airbnbs through Airbnb, because number one, you can get banned. Number two, what you want to do is look up Airbnbs with social media accounts, because if they already don't have a social media account, they ain't about that life. Yeah, they're not going to get the value of it. And part two of that is, if you can tell that an Airbnb has a social media manager, what I do is pitch it. Since I'm a social media manager, I know that like the raw assets of just like raw video clips of whatever the fuck that they can use in a million different ways makes their job 10 times easier.
So you send them a whole like a folder full of raw clips too?
Of just like raw footage. So like that's part of it too. So when I'm in contact with the social media managers, then if that's a big part of what I'm offering, they're like, oh hell yeah, that's great for me. And then they tell the host, let's do this. That's so smart. It's like,
I never thought about raw.
Yeah.
Do you send it through Dropbox? Sorry.
I use Dropbox for work, but I used Google Drive this last time. I know, I hate it.
Does it work?
I hate it.
I am on Dropbox.
Yeah, see, I like Dropbox better, but I have like 3 Dropbox accounts for work, but they're all linked to work. And so I'm not paying for it, so I don't really want to, I feel bad like
sign up for a joint one.
Yeah.
They have a joint one.
Yeah, I'm like in all these like different client ones. So like so I don't want to like upload you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to put my stuff in the mix there, so I use fucking Google Drive, which is not.
Well, if you ever want to borrow mine, you can, because I pay and for no reason.
I might take you up on that.
I barely use mine. It's fucking annoying. I want to use it more, but I've just been too lazy to reach out to brands.
Yeah.
So with Google, did you Google Drive? Do you film all your content on your phone?
Yeah. Well, and I recently got a camera, an actual camera.
Really? Okay.
But not like it's that Canon G7 power shot that like everybody's like, oh, it's a great like point and shoot.
Yeah, keep going. I'm going to search that up. I want to compare it to the one I have.
I haven't used that for video just because I have the drone, like stuff like that.
G7?
So, yeah. G7 power shot, I think it is. So I got that for like more high quality photos, and I've been like testing out with that. But otherwise, videos I just do on my phone.
Damn, that's expensive for a small ass camera.
How much is that one saying?
$750.
Mine was like $600. I got it from some like random website.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that sounds about right. Yeah. I got mine for $600 too, but mine's for video. But I don't even use it. That's the thing. Like,
see, that's a good one for vlog. That's what people have said. It's great for vlogging and like just high quality like photos where you don't have to mess with the settings.
Here's the thing. I started with that. I started with cameras. I started with like actual physical cameras, working it in, and I realized that there's a huge disadvantage with cameras. The quality is amazing, but you have to bring the camera, a memory card. You have to export.
I know.
You have to. You can't edit on your phone. You have to edit on, which I already do, but it's just like the convenience of filming it on my phone.
Yeah.
Anytime I want, boom, 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 and then I can just AirDrop.
Yeah,
it's the easiest thing
like
in the world.
I know, because then a camera is just another thing to worry about. Because even with the drone, the drone shit gets on my nerves.
Oh, you use drones?
I do occasionally. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean that also helps with like doing the collab stuff too, because you're offering drone photography and videography. What kind of drone do you have? The best one for if you're using it for any social media, the only like cheaper end one that does portrait mode is the DJI Mini 3.
I know DJI Mini 3.
Yeah, because they're the DJI like kind of simple ones are the easiest to use. Yeah, I know, but it's. Yeah, because if you're getting it for social media, there's no point in getting any other one because the quality.
I'm scared of breaking it.
Me too, but think of I broke some to be honest.
You have? How many?
One of them was not my fault. The first one, I don't remember how I broke that one.
Like,
No, it wasn't broken. It wasn't broken.
Yeah.
A part of it was broken, and I was just like, I'll sell this for parts or get rid of it. But I ended up giving it to Manuel because it's like that one wasn't that expensive. It was like the really, really basic one. Okay. Then this last one I got. When I was in Albania, I was doing it like an automatic shot since I'm like doing it solo or whatever. So then it like returns to home, and it was like way above the water, right? Tell me why when it returns to home, it returned to the water. Straight into the ocean.
See, I'm scared of that.
But tell me how the SD card didn't even get messed up. I was able to salve it, but then the rest of the drone like melted, like the battery like melted the plastic.
Is there a warranty on these?
Yeah, you can get I got a new one from that because they have the DJI like care thing where basically
did you buy it from DJI?
Yeah, so you can do anything. You can crash it however, and they'll replace it. And if you don't crash it or need it replaced within the year, then it gets extended to 2 years. So either way, you have 2 years to like crash it and get replaced. And it's not that hard to fly. It's really not.
Crashing it every 2 years, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
I just don't see any purpose for me to use.
Yeah,
drones.
you might. I don't think you like it would necessarily be a super like
right now.
worth it investment.
Do you ever feel? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No. Do you ever feel like you're gonna get tired of the niche, or do you genuinely like you're having fun with this? Because that's my problem as a content creator. I always switch. Like I started with fitness, I switched to vlogs, travel vlogs, then I went to food, and now I'm back to travel. But I'm more like it's minute clips, and it's just been like really quick stuff. And then I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna stick to one.
Yeah, see, I think I'm happy with the niche because I don't really want to make content that is like about me, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to like do the whole like influencer vibe thing. Yeah. Because what one girl said when I was in Tulum, a girl at the retreat who had followed me on Instagram, she was like, oh, like I wish like there was more of like you in your content or whatever. And she was like, she was kind of insinuating that she thought it was because I was like insecure, like or something like that. And she was kind of like a strange girl. Anyways, but so
shout out to her.
No. She was super nice, but I think but basically the point is I don't want to do the whole like, oh, this is about me. I'm like wanting to be an influencer type of thing. It's more about like the travel stuff, the aesthetics of it. And then I'm in there sometimes in the clips, like as more of a subject than like the center. Cause the account is not like about me, if that makes sense. Like you have to have some sort of like brand.
I think that's what separates you though.
Maybe. I hope so. Cause it's like, I get the benefit of like getting on there and like talking and stuff like that. I think that's the easiest way to communicate some stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not like, oh, look what I did today. It's like, here's a cool place that you might want to go. Or here's a thought on solo travel that might be helpful to you if you're like considering it but don't really know how to start. Like that type of thing.
In my opinion, that it does separate you because whenever I search up, like let's say, literally I did this. When I went to Vegas, I searched up places to go in Vegas or like things to eat. I'll search up both of those and I'll make a list for myself based off of people's TikToks and Reels. And most of them are like, hey y'all, this is what we did today. We out here in Vegas today, and it's like me and my girls, and I'm like, bro, I want to get to the meat of this. And then it's like, okay, we went to this place, and this place was awesome. My husband loved it, and it's like him trying it, which is like cool, but I'm like,
it's like,
and you don't get to feel the vibe. Of the place. It's more about that person's vibe.
Yeah, and I like watching that in other people's content.
Sometimes it's fun.
But I don't want to be like that's why I don't post like actual pictures. I will like once every like 3 months I'll post like a picture, but like I don't want to post just a picture of me. You know what I mean? It's like because that like nobody cares, and like I don't really care. You know, I have a personal Instagram for that. So unless it's a photo with like a really cool like landscape or something like that, where again, I'm just like the subject to like add something to the photo, then I'm like, I don't want to post it. You know what I mean? It's just not the vibe. Cause again, it's not about like, I don't want to be kind of out there being like, oh, I'm the expert on this, blah, 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 or whatever. Like, it's nice to have, I have a lot of conversations in the DMs about stuff because a lot of people reach out to me with questions about solo travel, especially. And I love doing that and talking to people in the DM, like people that feel the same way I felt before starting. And that's the point of it to me. And I feel like if I'm out there being like, you know, really like kind of self-focused about it, it's like nobody care, you know what I mean? It's like the stuff that I do share about me personally is more to be like, this is for the people that connect to it. Like the stuff I'm talking about being anxious about solo travel. It's like, that's not about me being like, oh, I was really anxious today, or like, this is the experience I had.
Well, that's
it's
another
more
niche
like,
too. You could,
yeah. And I'm trying to get into that too. And it's nice that people do reach out. They see that like identifiably on my account and feel comfortable reaching out and being like, I'm scared as fuck, but I want to do this. I'm like, okay, that's exactly like what I'm here for. And I feel like
the solo travel content that you could dive into, wouldn't that become more personal though?
I think it would, and I would like for it to be personal, but that's what I mean of like, it's a communication thing that I need to like strategize about of how I can do that without making it all about me. Because when you're talking about your own experiences, like, yes, that can be valuable to other people.
It can be.
But it can get really off base and it can get too specific. So if that makes sense. So I don't want to be, and it's a tricky thing with the solo travel thing, because on one hand, I want people to feel like, okay, this isn't like super easy for everyone, because a lot of the big solo travel, like influencer type people are like having the time of their lives. There's not like, it's like they'll do safety tips and stuff like that sometimes, but nobody is really talking about like, this is kind of lonely sometimes. Like this kind of like is really scary. Like I get paranoid about these certain things, or you have a bad day or something weird happens with your safety and you're like ruins your trip.
Yeah.
And then, so that's what I'm trying to do, but I have to figure out a good way to talk about that without making it sound scarier than it actually is. Because
Dude, you should write a book on that.
I might. Well, that's one thing.
That would go
how
hard.
I told you about going to the places on my astrology chart. I feel like I would like to write a book about that and about the like a Eat, Pray, Love vibe about that. I think like that could be interesting. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out how to properly communicate what I want to communicate and like find the right and like get that content to the right people. Because again, that's the stuff that I was looking for when I started. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten a little more personal over time. I get personal in the captions. Yeah. So if people read them, they can read them. But I don't want the actual like visuals that they're seeing to be super.
Yeah, they don't have
personal.
to.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, interesting. You could also. This is another way of monetizing it. When you start solo traveling, I'm assuming you use like specific things in your life, like the camera.
See, I don't want to do all that.
Oh, you don't want to make a Amazon page?
Nah, not interested for some reason. But, okay. Yeah, it would be a good way, but I think I don't want to make it about that. Like making money from it would be nice, but I don't know, because there's only so many things that you can.
Well, here's the thing that you could make money from it, but you're not gonna like it.
What?
Posting it on YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
Yeah, I have thought about that with the YouTube Shorts. Which
so the
I
reason
just need to do
the reason you do this multi thing, which I'm sure you already know, but for the people who are listening, so TikTok is like fastest growth.
Yeah.
Even me personally, I was gonna tell you, I was like, whenever I travel somewhere, I actually go on TikTok. I don't even like TikTok. I hate TikTok, but I go on TikTok because more people put travel stuff on TikTok. To be honest, I rarely. My reels is more for me. It's more funny and like cats, just a bunch of cat videos. I love that shit. And then for TikTok, I'll go on there and be like, all right, things to do in Vegas, and then I'll look at through the top TikToks and stuff like that. So if travel is for me on TikTok. And then YouTube pays the most.
Will they pay me?
If you would, yeah.
I don't even have a YouTube account. I gotta make one.
You would have to make an account. Obviously, the exact same name, same picture too, so people know it's you. It's you, and then just start uploading those exact same shorts. And YouTube is, in my opinion, is the easiest to upload because all you need is a description. You can do all the detail stuff, but this is what I learned from Howie and Chris. They upload it, the video. So like, let's say I upload a reel. On Instagram, it's a caption, and then in the bio, I'll put in ... a bunch of hashtags.
Yeah.
In YouTube, I put the description of the video, like a real short description, like a minute in Mykonos. And then I'll put 5 hashtags in the description, like 4 or 5. That's it. But then I have if you want to do extra in the bio, the description, you can add tags, and I have a copy paste of all travel tags. And
that's what I do. Yeah, for Instagram.
So same thing.
Yeah,
and they do pay you.
YouTube.
Once you get 1,000 subs, which you can get very fast.
Just from shorts,
from
not
you can
videos.
Doesn't matter if you get subs now. It has now became a competitor of like Instagram and for content, but it has to be a minute. It can't be longer.
Yeah, I mean all mine are super short, anyways.
It's all about consistency for YouTube. If you are uploading, you're gonna get followers very fast, and then they start paying the moment you get 1,000.
Interesting.
1,000, yep.
Yeah, maybe I'll look into that. It's one of those things where I need to like set aside time for, and I sometimes just don't.
Trust me, I'm the exact same way. I only recently started doing it. I've done it for like 2 weeks now with the minute Mykonos things, and what I did to make it easier for myself is I just I have one social media tab, and then whenever I upload in this order. And the reason is like because TikTok's last, because TikTok makes its own version of the video and it saves it into your phone where the thing pops up, and I hate that shit.
I know.
So I go through all these, and I literally I spend probably 10-15 minutes a day whenever I upload.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I'll upload and then go respond to comments on my last one, respond to DMs, and comment on a couple of people's on my feed that are like mutual followers and like do the engagement shit. But yeah, which takes so long. But yeah.
I think it's worth it, dude. You can make a lot of money from this.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but in a way that like I'm happy with, if that makes sense. So
that makes sense. You want longevity, but but it is really hard to grow on only one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible.
True.
It's just hard.
Yeah, gotta look into that, but.
All right. Everybody follow BelleTropics, BELLE.
Yeah.
Tropics. On just Instagram.
Yeah.
Only Instagram.
Just Instagram.
LOL. Thanks, Sierra. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
Love you guys. See you guys next week. Peace.